State versus Carlos Ramirez, battery in the first degree. Hello.
Hello.
Sir, have you got a lawyer?
No, I don't.
Do you intend to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
Well, I have one, but I never got a hold of it.
Judge, if I may approach.
Yes. Sir, I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you. I think he's here for an arraignment.
Judge, we waive a formal reading of the charges and their plea of
Not guilty?
not guilty.
Okay. We'll enter the plea of not guilty and set the matter down for hearing.
Very well.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Thank you, sir. You may stand aside. State versus Christy Wood, 19-322, which is possession of controlled substance. She has 19-215, which is a drug case. She also has a third case that I'm not sure.
Judge, I don't have a case number on the third case. I would assume that both of these matters, or all three of these matters, are set for reappearance on this court's docket to get a scheduling order. If we haven't, if we can do that. Do you know anything about a revocation on her?
In 322, it appears there's a scheduling order, but it's in Judge Webb's court.
It's been transferred. I haven't said anything, Your Honor.
Okay, it's to us. Okay, we'll issue scheduling orders.
Very well, and then the third case, whatever number it draws, we would ask for it to be on this docket as well.
Okay, and if they haven't been already, we'll.
Can all my cases get switched over to Judge Webb?
I think just the opposite. I think they came to me, John.
Well, one of them should be a revocation, which was originally sentenced for Judge Webb. So wouldn't the revocation have to go back to Judge Webb?
Possibly, but I don't have a revocation on my docket here. How many cases does
I'm
she
here with no
have?
bond on a revocation.
She's got three separate cases, Judge, and a revocation.
What's
Yeah.
the revocation case?
Three new charges and a revocation.
Okay, they tell me, ma'am, that you have 3 new charges plus a
Well,
revocation
3
case.
cases.
Okay, so that
And a
may be
revocation.
before Judge Webb, yes, to answer your question.
Okay.
If we haven't already, we'll enter pleas of not guilty in her cases. Do we know the number for the third case? Okay, we don't have anything on it yet, but then she may have to appear before the court on that. Okay, you can stand aside, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. When will I go to court on the revocation?
Don't know. I guess when
All right.
it's 19-335, Alicia Benson, obstructing governmental operations, drugs and paraphernalia.
Judge, she is with us this morning, I assume, to get on this court's scheduling order. While she's here, would the court hear us as to a bond reduction?
Yes.
Judge, her bond is currently set at $20,000. She shares with me that she has a residence here in Baxter County. She's not working right now, but she'd be able to have employment relatively soon. Lisa, where would you be living and who would you be living with?
Actually, I have my own house off of Canning Baker Mountain Home, and I do have disability money. I'd be living, my mom lives with me currently.
All right. What kind of bond could you make?
Really, I can kind of only afford like 5,000, which meaning whatever I'd have to pay out of that, I could afford.
Okay.
Other than that, I'd probably be stuck here a long time.
Judge, we'd ask the court to set her bond at $5,000 cash and professional.
Your Honor, this is in reading the front of this information, this is a possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of, I guess, misdemeanor and felony, a possession of controlled substance. This case involves an alleged $8,400 worth of heroin, which makes this lady a danger to this community.
She got any priors?
That, I would call upon Ms. Buer to tell me, and based on the weight of that, I'd say no.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave the bond where it's at.
All right.
Considering the allegations. Thank you, ma'am. You may stand aside. Matthew Sutterfield. That's first appearance on possession of controlled substances, 19-345. Good morning. Do you have a lawyer, sir?
No, I don't.
Okay. Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
I haven't got the money to hire one.
Okay. Well, that would seem to be that you'd make application to the public defender's office. Have you done that yet?
No, Grant.
Okay. Well, they've got an application there at the jail, so if you'll pick one up, fill it out, and turn it in, we can take a look at that. Is it okay if I enter a plea of not guilty to these charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll enter that plea of not guilty. The case is in my division. I'll be back here on September 19th at 10 o'clock, and I'll order you appear before me on that date. Okay, well, thank you.
Yep.
Rebecca Payne, 19-346, breaking or entering criminal mischief. Good morning. Do you have a lawyer, Miss Payne? Or you got an application? Let me look at it. Okay, I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you, and she needs to be arraigned.
We'd waive a formal reading of the charges and her plea of not guilty.
Okay, I'll enter that plea of not guilty, and there's not a scheduling order yet, so we'll have her appear before Judge Webb on September 12th at 9:30.
Thank you.
Okay, that'll be all. Thank you, ma'am. Jeffrey Shepard, 19-339, hindering apprehension or prosecution is the charge. Let's see, do you have a, go ahead, you can represent him, Mr. Mason.
Judge, our office represents him on case 19-147. He'll need to file an application for, submit another application for 19-339. But just so everything tracks, we would go ahead and waive a formal reading of the charges and enter plea of not guilty on the new case.
Okay, I guess he does have 19-147 also. We'll, if we haven't already, we'll schedule the matters out.
Very well. Thank you, Judge.
Has he been arraigned in 147? I assume he has.
I thought he had been, but
Sure he has. Yes, there's scheduling order in that case.
in 19-147.
Yes, sir.
All right, very well.
You may stand aside. Thank you. 19-318. Failure to register as a sex offender, Bernard Detheridge. Okay, well, I've appointed a public defender to represent this man. And I guess he's here for an arraignment.
And Judge, we'd waive a formal reading of the charges and enter plea of not guilty.
Looks like his next appearance is before Judge Webb on October 31st. (9 o'clock). You may stand aside, sir. Thank you. Joseph Kinsinger, 18-365, forgery and theft.
Judge, this case is set for trial. I'm thinking the week of the 23rd. I would just leave it on.
Hey, Sam?
Yes.
Mr. Payson?
Yes.
I really need to talk to you about that. I mean, I was hoping to talk to you today. I was called to office yesterday morning, and they said that you was going to be up here today to talk to us. They said, I left a message, and they said that they would tell you that I need to talk to you.
Okay. Well,
So if you get up here and talk to me as soon as possible, I mean, I got a plea offer I'd like to set back to you.
okay, absolutely then. We'll make that happen.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Am I done?
May he be excused, Judge.
Yes.
Okay.
Robert Chapman, 19-2, to revocation, originally a theft case. Good morning.
Morning.
Sir, do you have a lawyer?
No, sir. Mr. Cooper was the there.
He was your lawyer? Okay.
Yes.
All right, give me just a moment here. Let me check something. Okay, the case must have pled in front of Judge Webb. It did.
Yes.
Well, did he represent you as a public defender?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you want to use a public defender this time, you'll need to file another application. So just pick one up at the jail there, fill it out and turn it in, and I'll have you appear before Judge Webb on September 12th, 9:30 for
right.
arraignment and attorney status, okay?
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Christian Schluter, 15141. It was originally a theft case. It's revocation. Good morning.
Good morning.
Judge, Ms. Schluter partially filled out an application of the Public Defender's Office. She didn't fill out the affidavit regarding income and things along those lines. She filled out the information sheet. We would need her to fill out that other information.
Where you working at, ma'am?
I was just helping my father-in-law build cedar furniture.
What do you bring home a week?
Anywhere from 150 to 250.
Okay, I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, but you'll need to go ahead and complete the application, okay?
Okay.
And let's see. She's already entered a plea of not true. It was set for hearing today. We'll move it, if it's okay, to September 19th at 10 o'clock.
Very well, Judge.
Okay. That's all we can do right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have Joshua Dunn's case number? Okay. Mr. Dunn, were you just arrested?
Yes.
Not when? A couple days ago, or?
Yes.
Okay. Have you appeared before a judge?
No.
Okay. We probably need to do an 8.1, but I don't have it.
Possession of
Do you have an affidavit? Mr. Dunn, I'm looking at an affidavit here that another judge signed finding probable cause for your arrest for possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of methamphetamine. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say might be used against you. You have a right to a lawyer. If you can't afford a lawyer, fill out an application to the Public Defender's Office. If you qualify, we'll appoint an attorney to represent you. And while you're in jail, subject to the regulations of the Sheriff's Department, you have a right to communicate with your family, friends, and your attorney. Your bond has been set at $2,500, and I'm going to direct that you appear before another judge, Judge Webb, on September 12th at 9:30 a.m. Okay?
Okay.
That's all we can do right now. Thank you.
Yep.
It says Michael Tolliver, 8.1. Do you know anything about that? Okay. What's your name, sir?
Michael Tolliver.
Okay. Do you have anything on Mr. Tolliver? You do. Mr. Tolliver, I'm looking at an affidavit here that I actually signed finding probable cause for your arrest for possession of methamphetamine. This is your first appearance before court, isn't it?
Yes.
You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say might be used against you. You have a right to a lawyer. If you can't afford a lawyer, make an application to the Public Defender's Office. And if you qualify, we'll appoint an attorney to represent you. And while you're there in jail, you have a right to communicate with your family, friends, and your attorney, subject to the regulations of the Sheriff's Department. And I'm going to have you appear here in Circuit Court before Judge Webb on September 12th at 9:30 a.m. And let's see, your bond has been set at $5,000. Does he have priors?
He does, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll leave it at that right now. All right. That's all we can do. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Reese, who is your lawyer? Not lawyer. You have. I guess you don't need a lawyer, do you?
Probably need one.
Well, I'll appoint Mr. Blag to represent you. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Who's your client is what I meant to say.
Danny Clift is my client.
What's his name? Cliff?
Danny Clift, he's president.
Okay. I think I may need to appoint two lawyers for you.
Hey, I wouldn't disagree.
All right. You have a case number? I don't see him on.
Judge, I do. It's
19-25.
Okay.
Page 4, Your Honor.
Okay. And this is hindering apprehension of prosecution, paraphernalia, controlled substances. Is that right?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. Looks like he's already entered a plea, not guilty. What, is there anything to be done today?
Judge, this is the case that we discussed that we had a motion to suppress
Okay.
on this case, and I think that's pending.
All
Your
right.
Honor, on the face of Mr. Reese's motion, it appears that there may be merit to that. We attempted to contact the officer that was involved in that. He's not here. I've got a phone call into him. If we could just pass that, Judge, I'll be making a decision on that.
Okay, pass it for this day.
Yeah, if you'll set it, when's the next time you're going to be here?
Be here on September 19th.
Well, Judge, before September 19th, I will know the answer to this, and I think Mr. Reese will too.
Very well. Free to go, thank you. Celeste Verga, 19-321, fleeing, DWI, paraphernalia, reckless driving, other charges.
You gave me time last time to hire an attorney, and honestly, I think he was my bail bondsman. I don't remember. I just finished paying him off last week, and my rent is due next week, so I actually won't be able to afford to pay a lawyer for like 3 weeks. If you could give me like a continuance.
I'll continue and exclude the time you appear here on October 3rd, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
No more continuances. for
Thank
the
you.
law.
Mhm.
Stephen Gager, 19-75, maintaining a drug premise in possession of controlled substances and paraphernalia.
Your Honor, it's set for trial on the week of, beginning of the week of 9/23.
Yes.
There's still some outstanding discovery that we're looking for.
Okay.
All we've received is a copy of the information and the underlying affidavit. I think there might be some things like body cam, video footage, and also drug lab tests that we'd like to get. If it pleases the court, if we can come back on the 19th, which is, I believe, this honorable court's next setting, and see where we are on things.
Okay.
And see if I need to ask for a continuance to get the discovery or whatever, if that pleases
Okay.
the court.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Judge, we have things in this file. I don't know why they haven't been given to
Okay.
Mr. Stein.
When is it said? You want him to come back? Is that agreeable for him to come back on the 19th?
That just says we gave you everything we have on
You gave me
August the
discovery,
7th.
sir, but what?
When's it set?
The 19th.
Okay.
Tell me what
Sir,
you're...
Mr. Gage, return on September 19th at 10 o'clock. Thank you. Free to go. John Lewis Jones, 19-35, manufacturing, controlled substance, drugs, and firearms.
Your Honor, I had filed a motion for additional discovery. The prosecutor has not been able to respond to it, and I need that. I'd filed a motion to suppress, but there's other evidence involved that I haven't received, so I'm not in a position to present that matter to the court today because I don't have all the discovery that went with it.
Okay.
Your Honor, the complicating factor, and I hope we've addressed it today, is this was an eradication effort by multiple agencies.
Right.
And Mr. Crane's client believes he signed something for them to search, and I am looking for that. Mr. Officer Scott Thrasher is looking for that to me today, and as soon as I get it, I'll turn it over. But this wasn't a Baxter County thing. This was some sort of district-wide.
Sign what? A consent?
A consent.
Would seem that'd be the last thing you'd want.
Well,
See, but anyway.
if they've got it, I want to see it. I filed a
will.
motion and
very well.
that there wasn't any consent given, so
So be it.
I'm kind of stuck until I get
Wait a minute, Judge, it's on.
Yeah.
Well, when should he?
When's the
know,
next
he
time
looks-
you're going to be here, Judge?
Okay, I'll be here September 19th.
That'd be fine. I'm looking for a piece of
That'll be
paper.
fine,
Very well.
Judge. The scheduling order will have to be revisited on this, but it's same.
We'll do it.
All right.
Thank you.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Derek Vostapek, 16-81 on the revocation.
Judge, this man has been making some progress regarding payments and such. We want to continue this matter out until February, roughly, Carrie?
Judge, we had continued this 90 days to see if this gentleman was going to pay his restitution or go to prison. He has paid restitution, some $640 in that time. If you would just continue this on your docket for about 6 months, we'll see.
Do you want a February later on 2020? We have the 13th and 27th.
27th be fine, Judge.
February 27th, 10 o'clock.
And also, I have a job at Ranger now, so.
Just keep paying, pay all you can, all right? All right, thank you.
Is there anyone else here for court, criminal court whose name I haven't called? Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Margaret Triska. I spoke with you on August 22nd. You told me to refill today at 10 a.m.
Okay.
I had missed my court date on the 8th.
Come up to, I'm sorry, Margaret what?
Triska.
Driska?
Yes, DRZKA. I didn't get the letter in the mail on the 8th for my, on the 8th.
We'll get your case number.
She's got 19107.
19107. Dangers in the welfare of a minor, drugs, drug paraphernalia.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see here. Okay, the public defender represents you, don't they?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The,
Who from the public defender's office represents you? What is it?
I haven't spoken to
This
him.
gentleman right here?
It may be.
What's your name, ma'am?
Margaret Triska.
Oh, my apologies, Judge.
Okay.
Who I don't know that I visited with her, but
No, we haven't visited yet.
Any alias that may be out there is withdrawn. And let's see. Trying to figure out what the status of your case is.
Judge, she's set for trial the week of the 23rd of September.
You want her to appear on the 19th?
Judge, we can, but we're trying to penny case that week, and I may not be here. I may have to have a sub.
Well,
Might be
whatever you want to do.
Well, if we could have her reappear on the 19th, and if I can get a sub, we can get something figured out.
Okay. 10 o'clock, September 19th.
Yes, sir.